Flosstube. I come to you today with my election challenge stitch along lineup. Right, let's get started. Very excited with this challenge. I'm bringing out a few of my UFOs, hoping to sort of find the love for them again. I'm not hopeful on a couple. And a few of my Mania starts that I haven't worked on since Mania. Right, let's get back into it, or right into it. First day, which is tomorrow, October the 25th, is red states. So stitch on something with red in it. So I am going to do Big Red Ship of Life by Ink Circles. I haven't picked this up since my last, so I'll just show you quickly. There we are so far. So I'm going to start on page 4, which will take across, that will take, if I do page 4, that will be the whole width. Don't really know what I'm saying. Second day, October the 26th, build a wall. I'm going to work on Country House. I cannot remember when I last worked on this. It's not a UFO because I still like it, but that's Country House. That's a DMC kit. I've had it quite a few years. This is stitched on 14 count Ada. Let's fold it in half. That's where I'm up to. Probably nearly halfway along. I don't know why I stopped stitching on this really. But... So that's for build a wall. Obviously there's a wall on the house. And then the next day is blue state, so stitch a piece with blue on it, and I am doing, I can't show you the picture because it's a chart, but it was a free chart from the Wielding Stitches, and I started this for Mania. That's what I've got so far. It's just like a, I'll show you far back, it's just like a little folksy pattern. And that's for blue. And then the next day, October the 28th, first female major party candidate, stitch a piece with a woman on it. So I am going to do Ex Machina. Hi Jared. Let's say hello. Oh, you're coming in to keep me company. She's out all week for the weekly Rushing cross stitch finish line anyway. And then October the 29th, purple states, stitch a piece with purple. So I'm going to do the other folksy pattern, which I started for Mania and haven't picked up since. And that is that way. They'll be quite nice when they're framed and together. I think these are on 18 count Ada. There's not really that much to do on them. I don't know why I put them down. October 30th, make whips great again. Stitch on a whip you haven't stitched on in a very long time. So I am going to stitch, oh it's not that one. I'm going to stitch on, it was a Bothy Threads kit that I've had for quite a while, and it's a peony. And I can't remember the last time I stitched on it. I think this is the second time I started it. I think I'm going to restart it. I don't like the fabric. That's the huge start I had. This is that It's the 22 count hardanger that I cut my Hayed peacock off when I decided to ditch that. But it's got some beads on that as well. So I have got some 18 count Ada. I might switch to that. The next day, October the 31st, D for Democrat. Stitch on a piece linked to the letter D. This is a UFO. It's an anchor kit that I've had for years, and this is linked to D because it's Dutch. I'm not a fan of anchor as it is anyway, and I'm not a fan of half cross stitch, and I started it because all the sky is half stitch. That's as far as I got. Don't know. It might be classed as as Jimmy Flosstube would say, a give up. I'm going to work on it for that day and see. And if I'm really not feeling it, I'm gonna give up. November the 1st, primary elections. Stitch on the piece you have made the least progress on. It's the tulips. Could be the peony, couldn't it? I think I'm going to restart that though. Oh, well, I'm going to work on the Dutch tulip landscape for the piece I have the least progress on. November the 2nd, R for Republican. Stitch on a piece linked to the letter R. I'm going to be stitching Autumn Harvest because it's got lots of R's in it. And that's where I am so far on that. I don't think I'll finish it before. If I do finish it before, I will pick another one for that day. And then November the 3rd, campaign sign. Stitch on a piece with a sign, banner or plaque. If you don't have one, stitch on a piece with text. Now, I'm going to do a new start for this one, and it's going to actually be a restart because I did it. Did I do it for Mania? I think I did it for Mania. I went horribly wrong, and I threw it away. I didn't like the fabric, and it went really wrong. So this is To Have and To Hold from Country Cottage Needleworks. Bye, Jared.
Bye.
I plan to do this. I did start it in Mania because I planned to do it for our wedding anniversary at the end of June, and obviously it went wrong and didn't like the fabric. So that's going to be a restart. So I'm starting it for the text because it obviously has text in it. I've changed the fabric. I've still got all the threads in the bag from when I did it before. And this is a 28 count Brittany, just cream. It's really soft. I like that. And it's quite flimsy this, so I've zigzagged all my edges ready. You end up losing half the material when it's fraying so bad. But that's that one. Pop that back in there. What day was that? November the 3rd. November the 4th. November the 4th. I for Independent. Stitch on a piece linked to the letter I. And I'm doing To Have and To Hold. My reasoning was that it's a wedding thing and you say I do. So that's linked to my letter I. I couldn't come up with anything else. November the 5th, Electoral College, 270 votes. So you have to stitch on something related to 270, i.e. idea 270 stitches in a piece. 2 whips, 7 colours, no complaints, 2 pieces, 70 minutes each. So I've decided to work on Old World map for 270 minutes, which is 4.5 hours. I haven't put my Old World back on the scroll frame yet, but I know you've all seen it, but that's it there. And that's going to be out for the whole of November, which is exciting. Where are we? November the 6th, White House. Stitch on a piece with white or a house in it. So I'm going to do the to have and to hold wedding thing. And then November the 7th, Grand Old Party. Stitch on a party themed piece. And again, I'm going to work on to have and to hold, because it's like a wedding and it's a party, isn't it? So I might actually finish that piece that week, because they stitch up quite quick, don't they? And then November the 8th, which is the last day, election day, stitch on a piece related to November or the number 8. So I'm going to do Autumn Harvest, unless I can think of something else. I think that's the only piece sort of linked to November. I haven't got anything linked to the number 8, I don't think. So those are my plans for the election challenge stitch along. There's quite a few Mania pieces coming back out, which I'm pleased about, because apart from the ones that I finished when I did Mania, I haven't worked on them since. So that's quite good. I had to go at dyeing fabric. Wow. That's a lie. I didn't really dye fabric. Do you remember in my last video I ordered the pink Ada thinking it was pastel baby pink, and it was like a dusky rose? I couldn't use that colour for anything, and there's just nothing that I would stitch on that. So I didn't have any dye, and I had that impulse just to sort of change the fabric. So I screwed it all up into an elastic band and poured bleach all over it. And then after about 10 minutes soaked it all in water with a bit more bleach, and it's come up. I thought it would make it lighter pink. I'm not sure if you're going to see it, but it's like a very pale mottled orange. So it's hard to get the true... Oh, that's quite... Yeah, that's quite true actually. So I still can't use it for the piece I had planned for the pale pink, but I have got another autumnal piece, which is like oranges and pale greens and things like that. So that now is perfect for that, and it's the right size. So I'm quite pleased with that. I might have a go at dyeing some fabric now I've done that. I think that is all I have to show you. Yes, I will be back next week with a whip update and to sort of wrap up October, show you how I'm getting along with the election challenge stitch along pieces, and to give you my November plans, because there's a really exciting stitch along starting on the 1st of November, which I've got my pieces ready for. A couple of new starts in that as well. I'm losing my mind. So, is that it? Oh, there's something else. We had the... Oh no, I showed you that, didn't I? Yeah, I showed you that. Sorry, very confused today. Yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for all your lovely comments on my last video. You're all, I say it every time, but you're all so lovely. Such a fantastic stitching community this is. I'm so glad I found it. Really glad. Right, have a brilliant stitching week. And I will see you all next week. Bye!